What's up, guys? It's the morning of UFC 311. So I'm going to be doing all this video, hopefully in one take. I already fucked up the intro twice, so I got to cut that out. But we're going to get going into this pretty fast. And it's basically just a full, betting strategy on how to bet UFC 311. That's really all it is for you guys. Everything's going to be broken down. We have our most confident picks, our value picks, prop picks, underdog picks, all that stuff. So you guys will kind of get insight. Obviously, if you guys don't know, Arman Sarukian pulled out, and now we have Renato Moicano stepping in to fight Islam Makhachev. And to be honest, we'll talk about that fight later. We'll talk about it later. But obviously, we also got Merab, and we got Umar for the bantamweight title. That's going to be a good fight, too. I obviously have a strong opinion on who I think is going to win. But I will say anybody could win that fight. Merab's a beast. Umar's a beast. They're both really good fighters. So if one or the other were to win, I would not be shocked. Let's get into the video, though. I mean, obviously, we got to go over my Patreon, right? So my Patreon, we have our payment plans. I'm going to do this all quick. $3.99 for NBA, $1.99 for NFL, $1.99 a month for UFC. UFC, we were up 51.5 units last year, which is ridiculous. We're betting a lot more and a lot heavier this year now that we have extra funds to bet that. My goal is honestly $20,000 this year. We start off the year bad, obviously down $650 to start the year, which is terrible, but we should bounce back here for UFC 311. It doesn't seem like that hard of a card, knock on wood. We have all the members stuff here, really just all their bet slips and stuff like that. We have a lot more. Go check out the Instagram, it's right above. Here's all the, basically, how do I say it? Everything broken down, every event broken down, like the pay-per-view events broken down, the PFL events, Bellator events, Apex events, everything. So we know how to bet. I'm not going to go over it too much, but long story short, load up on pay-per-views, PFL and Bellator, Apex City and country events. We're not going to bet as much, but we need to bet a consistent amount. Say we bet $400 every time, bet $400 every single time throughout the whole year, just to stay consistent. So our first most confident pick on the card is going to be Islam Makhachev at negative 1100. He's not losing this fight, man. He's better everywhere this fight goes. Renato Moicano, he really just has jiu-jitsu. And how's he going to get the fight to the ground? He's not. Islam's not getting subbed from on top, so Islam can take him down and maul him. He's the way better striker, better in the clinch. He's better everywhere. To be honest, I don't see this fight going past 3. Islam Makhachev's going to dominate. And if you guys want to do that negative 5.5 spread or whatever it is for Islam, that's free money. It really is. Maybe it's negative 7. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's free money if you just want to get a little bit better odds. The next pick, we have Peyton Talbot. Obviously, I know these guys are big favorites, but it's our most confident picks. That's what this is called for a reason. So odds don't really matter. And I know some of you guys just want to know if certain people are safe, so it benefits you guys. We have our value picks later. Peyton Talbot, this is a setup fight for him. The UFC wants him to be the next superstar. He's taking on an older fighter who isn't very good. He's decent, but he's not very good, right? Peyton Talbot's way better striker. His takedown defense and scrambles will be good enough. He's not going to get taken down and controlled here. He should win the fight very easily. Rinya Nakamura, he's taking on Muin Gafarov. Nakamura has the family name, is big time. He's a big time wrestler. He was an Olympian. I want to say he was an Olympian. I know he was a junior world champion in wrestling under 21 or under 23. I forget what it was, but he's an all-time wrestler. And his opponent does not have good takedown defense and can't get controlled. 2 + 2 = 4 here. Don't overthink it. Now, for our fourth most confident pick, we have Jailton Almeida. And we're just going down the line by the odds. But the odds, I mean, they're accurate, right? They're correct. We got in early, and I hope you guys tailed. Because we got in on Nakamura at negative 360 and Almeida at negative 330, I think. But yeah, Almeida's not going to lose this one. He could take anybody down. He's taking on Sergey Spivak, who isn't the best. He loses the top guys, and Almeida's a top guy. Almeida's going to take him down. Will he finish him or not is really the question, right? And even on the feet, I think Spivak's not the best on the feet. I think Almeida might be a little bit better on the feet. He's very athletic and explosive. Give me Almeida. He's the pick here all day. For our fifth most confident pick, we have Grant Dawson at negative 240. He shouldn't lose this fight, but one thing that does worry me, I just seen Diego Ferreira's birthday is today. So if something lucky were to happen for Diego Ferreira, I wouldn't be shocked, right? Grant Dawson should win this fight, though. He's going up against Diego Ferreira, who has no takedown defense. He's really just a jiu-jitsu guy, one of those typical jiu-jitsu guys. Good striking, good jiu-jitsu. I mean, decent scrambles, but he has no defense. Striking defense is not there. Wrestling defense, obviously, takedown defense is not there. Dawson's going to be able to take him down and just be a wet blanket. His wrestling is different. And I know you guys have said, oh, Gamrot couldn't keep him down. His scrambles, all this Ferreira, Dawson gets knocked out, doesn't have a chin, he gasses, whatever. He doesn't gas. He gassed one time, which was fluky. He fixed his cardio. He got knocked out one time by Bobby Green. It was a fluky knockout. And you guys, oh, way back, I know some of these YouTubers, way back then, Grant Dawson got knocked out really quick by this guy. Go watch the fight. He never got knocked out. He shot a double leg, and he's on the fence. The guy started throwing elbows, and he switched to a single leg, dropped to get the single leg, and the ref did a stoppage, and Grant Dawson wasn't hurt. He wasn't dazed, anything like that. It was an incorrect stoppage. That's all it was. Dawson was dropping down to get the single leg to take him down, which he was going to get. That's all that was. Grant Dawson shouldn't lose here, but I will say, like I said, if something were to happen, it's because of the birthday. And the control is just different with Grant Dawson, just to let you guys know. The scrambles and all that shit shouldn't be an issue. Round 1, maybe a little close. Round 2 and 3 is going to be all Dawson. His control's just different, like I said. It's not like Gamrot. Gamrot lets people get up repetitively. Grant Dawson will keep you down. For our value picks of the day, we're going to start with Grant Dawson in round 2 starts at -140. And that's high confidence because Grant Dawson's not going to get a finish in round 1. I'll almost bet my life on that. Not literally, but it's figure of speech. -140, that shouldn't lose, and I just broke down the fight, so we don't need to break it down again. Umar Nurmagomedov, I mean, that's value, -275, right? Anything under -300 is considered value, I guess. Obviously, that's a little high, -275. I don't think he loses, though. He's been training with Islam, Usman, Khabib, all those guys, AKA, for years. So Merab's just a cardio machine that tries to wrestle, and he can't really control on top the best. So if he does get takedowns, I don't see how he's going to keep Umar down. And Umar's the way cleaner fighter on the feet. I think he's probably a better wrestler. I think he's better in the clinch. I think he's better judo. Cardio, I think, is just as good as it gets, too. Like, the pace is where Merab's, like, going to be better. That's the only way Merab wins is if Umar gasses out, really, and I don't see that happening. Give me Umar Nurmagomedov. Peyton Talbot in round 2 starts. I'm so confident in this pick. Obviously, I put it as medium confidence, just in case, because the other guy is older, right? But I am so confident, and I'm almost, like, certain. I'm almost certain this hits, because Peyton Talbot has one first-round finish in his whole career. I want to say including amateurs. And that was in his last fight, which was very quick. And with the other guy probably going to be shooting takedowns and trying to hold Peyton against the fence for a little bit, I honestly don't see him finishing in round 1. Give me Peyton Talbot in round 2 starts. It should be a good pick here. Yuri and Jamal Hill fight completes round 1. These guys are not knockout artists. They knock people out with their volume, and they get later finishes, right? Yuri does not finish people in the first round. Jamal Hill does not finish people in the first round. Look at their finishes. They're all round 2, round 3, round 4 for Jamal Hill, right? Yuri had a round 5 against Glow. Like, I don't think these guys are all that great, right? As people say. But this is a higher level mixed martial arts fight. They're not going to just finish each other first round. You know what I mean? They're about the same skill level. So it's obviously with like Alex Pereira or something. And Hill, you're like, yeah, okay, Alex probably going to finish him in the first round because the skill difference, like, Alex is up here, Jamal Hill's down here when it comes to striking, right? It's going to be a striking match. It's just, I'm almost positive it goes past 1 round, and I want to say earlier in the week it was -300, so we're getting good value at -230. Now, obviously, Islam Makhachev, I don't see this fight going past 3 rounds. Islam in rounds 1, 2, or 3, he should maul Moicano. And really, I see a finish in the first 2 rounds probably. The third round is just giving us that extra edge if Moicano's that tough and can survive the beating. But yeah, these are all pretty good plays. If you parlayed all of them, I'm sure that's pretty damn good odds, actually. I'm not going to give away too much, but check my Patreon if you need some plays. That's all I'll say. For our best underdog picks, we only have 3 that look good. Obviously, I like Yuri. I've been liking Yuri for a long time, but plus 100, I think that's really good. Also, if you do have it, Yuri to win in round 2 starts is plus 200. I think that's also good value. Zach Reese, I mean, he's been training for a long time, and his opponent is stepping in on short notice. And he is a favorite. I don't know too much about him. I know he's a wrestler. I didn't watch the film, not going to lie. But I heard he fades a little bit. And if he's stepping on a short notice, he's probably going to fade. The reason this is low confidence, I think Zach Reese could be a good underdog player because he's very talented. Eileen Perez, I don't think I'm going Eileen Perez, but I think she could be a good dog. She has a clear path to victory. Taking Rosa down, right? Rosa can be taken down. And if Eileen Perez can get the takedown, she's going to probably win the fight. And no girl should be fucking over negative 200, right? Don't bet that. If you're going to bet anything, bet the dog. Give me Eileen Perez here. The best prop picks, right? So I'm not adding any round 2 starts stuff here because I know not everybody has it. So I want this to like go out to everybody here. So all the prop picks is something you'll see in almost every sports book. Grant Dawson and over 1.5 rounds, negative 150, right? Obviously, if you have the round 2 starts, it's negative 140, which is way better odds for something that's a half a round shorter. So no brainer, just do that instead. But Grant Dawson and over 1.5 rounds, negative 150, that should hit. I don't see Grant Dawson finishing in the first 7.5 minutes. I see end of round 2 or somewhere around 3 for him to get a finish. This should cash. It's my most confident prop on the card. My second one is Islam Makhachev to land a knockdown. He's a way better striker, and he's a really good striker with a lot of power, and he's looking to finish. He said that out there, or he said that in interviews. I don't like decisions, brother. I like finishes. He wants to finish. He doesn't want to go to decision, and he has something to prove, right? He should land a knockdown here, and this should be, in my opinion, a pretty easy play. Jailton Almeida's over 1.5 takedowns, negative 150. I think this is a great play. He's going to take Spivak down the first time. And in round 1, when Spivak is fresh, I can't see him getting up once. And I don't see him getting submitted. So I think Almeida's going to have to get 2 takedowns to win this fight. I'm pretty confident in this one, right? Now we have a plus 400 play. Yuri Prochazka, round 3/decision win. I see this fight going to decision. I don't see a finish here. I just think it's going to be very slow pace and kind of boring, if you will. I know it's not a popular take, but that's what I believe. I've been just seeing it all week that Yuri's going to win a decision. I mean, you can bet both guys. You can even do Yuri round 3 decision, Jamal Hill round 3 decision. The odds are crazy, so do what you guys want, but I don't see this fight being finished in the first 2 rounds. Radier de Ritter submission win, plus 300. I think this is UFC trying to push someone. And what do? They give a big middleweight who likes to grapple and get the fight to the ground a name, who is a smaller middleweight. Disadvantage for Holland, right? Advantage Ritter. No takedown defense. Disadvantage Holland, advantage Ritter. And he is clueless on the ground. Disadvantage Holland, advantage Ritter. The UFC is trying to push him, and I'm going to go with what the UFC wants. De Ritter, if he wins, I believe it's going to be a submission. Could he get a decision? Sure. But I think he's going to submit Kevin Holland. I just think his jiu-jitsu is too good. Give me that sub at plus 300. I think those odds are ridiculous. And obviously, that's the video. We'll go over our Patreon one more time. The payment plans, right? MMA, we're up 51.5 units last year, and it's $199 a month. That's cheap as shit. I paid for fucking years of your Patreon membership just last year. Obviously, if you guys have been following me, you guys can bet bigger because I know I'm betting bigger. I have more funds to bet bigger. These down below are just all the Patreon members, bet slips, stuff like that. You can see we hit some crazy stuff. Obviously, Instagram up above, we have a lot more slips for members, so it's not just these 4 people. This is just the pay-per-views, PFL, Bellator. It's all broken down into each event, Apex, city events, Like I said, pay-per-view, PFL, Bellator, we're betting heavy. And Apex City country events, we're betting smaller. But we need to just bet the same unit size every event. Besides, I will say certain country events, when it's in Saudi Arabia or like the Russian cards, we'll bet a little bit heavier because we're pretty confident in those. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys tail because I'm very confident in a lot of these plays I have today. Shit, man. Hopefully this event sets us up for a good new year. Make sure you guys go check out my Patreon. We have all my plays. And if you tail, I'm very confident. So I'm almost certain we all profit. And I'm pretty certain we go into the new year with a new pay-per-view up big. So I'll see you guys next week.